Most people were so busy grooving to Old Town Road that they barely kept track of the news in 2019. It was an overwhelming year indeed. 2019 delighted, devastated, celebrated, and enthralled us. There were a lot of huge news stories to track in 2019, from the infamous Facebook event of the Area 51 raid to a global call for climate change. Join us as we recall 5 of the top stories of 2019. Don't forget to click the bell button and subscribe to our channel. Number 5. Area 51 raid. It actually started out as a joke, but it went on to become one of the most talked about and outrageous events of 2019. What actually happened is that it was a Facebook event created by a user named Maddie Roberts on June 27, 2019. The goal was to raid Area 51 of United States Air Force within their Nevada training range in search of extraterrestrial life. The event received widespread media coverage when more than 2 million people marked as going, and more than 1.5 million were interested. The event resulted in a huge internet meme. Although the event was meant to be comedic, more than 1,500 people showed around the territory, and around 150 people camped on site on September 20th. There were no signs of aliens, but instead, 2 people were arrested. One woman managed to storm Area 51 in an infamous and iconic move. Number 4. Notre Dame fire. One of the highlights of the year was the Notre Dame fire on April 15th. The Cathedral of Notre Dame is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, which is sure to be on everyone's bucket list who visits Paris. Its construction started in the 12th century, with construction being completed over several centuries. The cathedral's stonework has already been largely affected by weather and pollution. It was under government's consideration. Besides this, extensive attention was given to fire hazards. On April 19th, fire broke out beneath the roof of the cathedral. Before it was extinguished, most of the roof was damaged, which later collapsed. Damage to interior was prevented from roof sealing. The artworks were aborted after fire alarm. It was a worldwide event, and several political and religious leaders made condolences. More than $1 billion was raised in less than a day as a result of donations from various personalities and organizations. Although investigations were made, but there was no sign of evidence. Number 3. Hong Kong protests. 2019 was a turbulent time for Hong Kong due to the ongoing crisis, and masses swarmed the roads in the massive and violent protests. The main reason for the protest was the infamous extradition bill. Many individuals thought of it as a form of creeping Chinese control over Hong Kong. The initial provocation from the bill resulted in huge masses coming out to protect Hong Kong's freedom. During several months of protests, more than 6,000 individuals were arrested, and police fired more than 26,000 tear gas bans during riots. Number 2. Climate change. 2019 was marked as the second hottest year on the record. This resulted in climate change being the most talked about topic throughout the year. The initial provocation for the widespread talk across media resulted as Trump administration started to withdraw from the Paris summits. Further concerns were ignited as the world leaders failed to make a unanimous decision for the delicate matter during Paris talks for the climate change. Failure of world leaders to tackle this ecological issue resulted in a much-needed debate across the globe. This led to various protests across many countries around the globe. Many young leaders and environmentalists came forward and called for a tougher action. Greta Thunberg was a prominent figure during the talks. She was named as Time magazine's Person of the Year for her worthy awareness and contribution for her efforts. Number 1. Trump impeachment. 2019 proved to be a nightmare for US President Donald Trump. Led by Nancy Pelosi, Democrats moved articles to impeach Trump. Allegations were made that Trump had abused his power of office by enforcing a foreign investigation for his political rival. Trump's impeachment came after a formal House of Representatives inquiry found that he had solicited foreign interference in the 2020 U.S. presidential election to help his re-election bid, and then obstructed the inquiry itself by telling his administration officials to ignore subpoenas for documents and testimony. Hearings for the impeachment began on December 4th, before the House Judiciary Committee. On September 18th, full House of Representatives approved both articles in a near-party line vote, making Trump the third U.S. president in history to be impeached. The articles must be submitted to the Senate to initiate the trial, which is expected to begin as early as the second week of January 2020. We have definitely left out some stuff. Feel free to mention the stories we have missed in the comments section below. We hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.